My neighbor's Totoro cosplay. You're going to need your reference photo of Totoro. And you're going to need hooks and eyes. You're going to need Simplicity's pattern 3723. And we're going to be doing this one, but with this feature here. Then you're going to need some ribbon about 5/8. You're going to need some lightweight interfacing, a 22-inch all-purpose zipper in the color of your fabric, and all-purpose thread in the color of your fabric. You're going to need some white fabric and some gray fabric. I wanted to give this dress a little pizzazz, so I went instead with just gray. I went with gray with these little dots on it. You're going to need a pattern for your little triangles for your Totoro, a pencil, and a tape measure, and I don't have it on me right now, but you're going to need a sewing machine and an ironing board, and some pins. Alright, let's start by looking at our pattern and see how we need to get our sizes.
So this is
and how to
pattern
cut.
Simplicity 3723, and we're going to be doing this one, but without the hat and without the scarf. So it's going to basically look like this costume, except without this ruffly part here. And I'm going to be doing the longer sleeves with this. Okay, so let's take a look at our pattern back. So this may all look confusing. You don't have to worry about this side. You have to worry about this side. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to where your fabrics and notions are to see what you need. So it says you need to get a 45 to 54 width fabric. And then it tells you all the fabrics. I got mine in cotton. And then it'll tell you all the notions. That's where I got all the stuff from. There's some stuff you can exclude, like, that tells you because you're doing certain things. So to get your sizes, you have your bust, your waist, and then your 9 inches below your waist, and then your back to waist measurements. This will determine your size. So what you're going to do for your bust is you're going to take your tape measure and go around the full part of your bust, which is your chest area. And then you're going to go down to your waist and get that measurement. And just go around your waist. Make it slightly loose, not so tight that you're uncomfortable. And then you're going to take your tape measure and you're going to line it up with your waist measure on the side. And then go 9 inches below your waist so you can get your hips. And then the back to center waist is from where your neck down to where your waistline was. And then from there, you're going to take your measurements and see which one you most likely line up with the most, which has the most. So mine is about 18 because your pattern size and your commercial size clothing are not the same. So make sure you take these measurements. Okay, so from there, so for the purposes of not actually taking my measurements, there are tons of videos on YouTube that tells you how to take these measurements. So now we're going to cut our pattern out. So you're going to go to your pattern log sheet here, and it shows you all the pieces that you need. So if you're, like I said, we're doing costume D, so you're going to go look through your D pieces, circle them, and then find the correspondent ones here, and then you're going to cut from there. You're going to take your pattern. There you're going to cut your pattern pieces out according to your size. I recommend just cutting along the cut edge. Don't actually like physically cut out the size because then you can't really reuse your pattern. So with that being said, you're just going to, when we cut our pieces, you're just going to fold over the line of to where your size is. So don't, I know some people say to cut out your size, but it's to conserve your pattern. I suggest just cutting along the cut edge. So now you got all your pieces. So basically what you're going to be needing for our pieces are 19. So the first one is your insert, which is this one here. So your pattern will look like that when you cut it out. And then the next one is number 20. Number 20 is your bodice front. So that looks like this piece here. And then you're going to need 21, which is your bodice back. And 21 is over here. So you'll cut something out that looks like that. Their numbers are right on the pattern pieces. So then you'll need number 22, which is the front facing. This is where we're going to be putting our interfacing. So that's that one right there. And then the next one is 23, which is the back bodice facing, which is right there. Then if you decide to do the long sleeves, you're going to be needing pattern number 24, I think. Hold on, let me take a look here. No, actually you're going to be needing number 4 for the sleeve if you decide to do the long sleeve one. And if you're doing the short sleeve up to where your arm is, then you'll be doing the 24 for the ruffle. And then that's all you're going to be needing, because we're not doing the hat part and we're not doing the little scarf part of this pattern. So, okay, so let's get those correspondent ones out, and we're going to cut our fabric. Oh, and then like I said before, you're also going to be needing to draw your totoro points. So basically what I did was a long line, short line, and then slightly curved in. I looked at my reference photo. So let's get our fabric ready. In cutting, I just wanted to make you know that you should wash and dry and iron out your fabric so that you get all the wrinkles out, so that your material is pre-shrunk, because if you don't wash it and you make your clothing and then you go to wash your costume, which you probably most likely won't because it'll have all those features on it, but if you're going to wash your fabric while your costume is made, it's going to shrink and then it'll be too small. So basically what I did was I hand washed in the washing machine, because I had that feature, on medium warm to cold water with a little bit of soap. So then just wash your fabric and then you can cut it.
So got to mention in the beginning that you also need pattern 5 and 6, because that is your bottom part of your skirt. Alright, so you're going to take a look at the back, because this is where it is on mine, the back of your pattern piece here, and it tells you how to set everything up so that your skirt pieces and your bodice and your arms, and then you're going to need a section for your interfacing. So you're also going to need your interfacing for this too. Alright, let's set up our patterns accordingly to what your thing says. And you're going to cut 2 of everything. We're putting the insert on our white material, so you don't have to worry about putting this on our gray material. And with your edges like this, or you can't really fold them over, you're just going to take your scissors and try to match the line as best you can. So you're just going to cut those out. Lastly, you're going to put your skirts pieces on your fabric, and you're going to line the fold edge with the fold, and you're going to cut that out, and then you're going to use the remainder of the half of your material to do the other part of your skirt. So you're just going to pin it up and cut it the way it tells you to. So this one you're cutting on the fold and not in 2 parts. Now you should have your 2 facing. You still need to cut these in your inner facing. Your 2 skirt pieces, your sleeve, and your inserts, your bodice side, and your bodice front and back. And then the next step in this video tutorial will be how to construct and mark your dress. For our markings, you're going to either have like dots or triangles, or in this case, for this pattern over here, the bodice back, there is a dart. So you're going to mark all your dots with chalk. Basically what I do is just stick a pen in, a pin, and I wiggle it around and open the hole a little bit. And then I take my chalk and I just mark it, and I mark the right side and the wrong sides of the fabric. So you're going to mark all the things that need to be marked on your patterns, and then we can begin sewing.